Hello everyone, welcome back. So we were solving what problems on speed, time and distances. Let us continue our discussion. Okay. I have written 4 questions. In order to save the time, I have already written 4 questions. Now first of all we will solve these 4 questions. Then I will be giving you some problems. Okay. Some more questions to solve because I didn't give homework in my last lecture. So today we will give the homework also. Now students, see carefully. These 4 questions are very good and they have chances to come in examination. Okay, they can these kind of questions are asked in 4 marks. Okay, now let us start with the first question. See carefully. A train covered a certain distance at a uniform speed. If the train would have been 10 km per hour faster, देन इट वुड हैव टेकन 2 hours लेस. अगर आप ट्रेन के स्पीड को बढ़ाओगे तो लगने वाला टाइम कम होगा बिकॉज जो डिस्टेंस ऑफ जर्नी है वो कॉन्स्टेंट है. ओके, नाउ अगेन वन कंडीशन इज गिवन दैट इफ यू इंक्रीज द स्पीड बाय 10 km per hour then the time taken will be reduced as by 2 hours. Okay, and if the train were slower by 10 km per hour, अगर आप ट्रेन की स्पीड को 10 km per hour रिड्यूस कर दोगे then the time will be 3 hours more. Then it would have taken 3 hours more than the scheduled time. Now you have to find the distance covered. Okay students, actually this is a question based on inverse variation. How inverse variation? See, distance is constant. If you increase the speed, the time will decrease. If you decrease the speed, the time taken will be increased. So this kind of questions are very simple. First of all you have to just understand the concept. Okay, so let us solve question number 1. See, initially train was going with a constant speed, okay, with a uniform speed and at a constant distance and as a taking a constant time, a usual time. Okay, so suppose scheduled time, suppose scheduled time be x hours and original speed of ट्रेन बी y किलोमीटर पर आवर. मैंने एज्यूम कर लिया कि जो ओरिजिनल स्पीड थी ट्रेन की वो थी y किलोमीटर पर आवर और जो उसको टाइम लग रहा था, जो शेड्यूल्ड टाइम था, ओके, वो लग रहा था x आवर्स. नाउ व्हाट विल बी द डिस्टेंस नाउ? सो डिस्टेंस शुड बी the product of speed into time is distance. So distance is x into y in kilometers. Why in kilometers? Because time is in hours and y speed is in kilometer per hour. You can observe here, if you multiply kilometer per hour into time into hours, so you will get the unit of distance as kilometer now. So distance is equals to xy kilometer. Now according to question, take case number 1. See, train was going this distance xy kilometer, which is a fixed distance which is not gonna change. Okay, distance is not gonna change. Okay, with y kilometer per hour speed and the scheduled time was x hours. Now in case 1 it is saying that if the speed is increased by 10 km per hour, so what you are doing, you are increasing y by 10. So the new speed will be y plus 10. Okay, the new speed will be y plus 10. Then it would have taken 2 hours less. Now the time taken is reduced by 2 hours. So student, concept here is this: the distance is not gonna change and distance is always the product of speed and time. So I have written here speed, that is y plus 10, the new speed. Okay, now I will take the product of this with the time. So the time taken will be reduced by 2 hours. So the new time taken will be x minus 2. But here the product of this will give you the distance na. Time into speed will give you the distance. So this distance is not gonna change. This distance is gonna be xy again. Okay, no problem at all. Again I am explaining. This is the new speed. Okay, y plus 10. I just increased the speed by 10 km per hour now. This is the new time. 2 hours less than the scheduled time. Now the product of speed and time will give me the distance. Now distance is not gonna change. Okay, you are increasing the speed, by the effect of that the time is decreasing. Okay, so this is your equation number 1. If I simplify this, what I will get, if I multiply these two brackets, see, y into x, it will become yx or xy. Okay, y into minus 2y plus 10 times x, and 10 into minus 2 minus 20 is equal to xy. If I cancel out this xy, okay, so I get a relation between x and y, 10x minus 2y minus 20 is equal to 0. Say it is your equation number 1. I just wrote x terms first, and then y terms, and then constant in general form. Okay, now case 2. In the case 2, the question says if the train were slower by 10 km per hour, if the train were slower, so the speed is decreased by 10 km per hour, then the time taken is increased by 3 hours now. But here also the product of speed into time will give you the distance, which is not gonna change, which is xy here also. Okay, so just multiply these two, I will get another equation, yx plus 3y minus 10x minus 30 is equal to xy again cancel out. Okay, so what I get, I will get minus 10x plus 3y minus 30 is equal to 0. Now students, if I solve these two equations, can I get the value of x and y? And if I get x and y by putting into this distance, I get the original distance. As simple as that. So let us solve it completely. Here 10x, here minus 10x, just add these two. Okay, adding equations 1 and 2, adding equation number 1 and equation number 2. See, 10x minus 10x gets cancelled out, 3y minus 2y, it will become plus y, and minus 20 minus 30, it will become minus 50 is equal to 0, or the value of y is 50. So the original speed is 50 km per hour. Okay, write it with unit. Y is equals to 50 km per hour. If I put value of y in any of the two equations, so just put in 1, putting y is equals to 50 km per hour in equation number 1. In equation number 1, so I will get minus 10 times x plus 3 times, I am putting in 2. Okay, minus 10 times x plus 3 times 50 minus 30 is equals to 0, or minus 10x, 53 the 150 minus 30, that is plus 120 is equals to minus 120, or the value of x is 12. Clear? So 12 hours. So originally the train was taking 12 hours, and the speed of the train was 50 km per hour. Okay students, you can observe here, if you increase the speed by 10, the speed will be 50 plus 10, 60, and the time is reduced by 2 hours, 12 minus 2, 10. So 50 plus 10, 60, and 60 into 10, it is 600. So distance is 600, and here also the product of these two is 600. So I will write as the original distance is xy, put the values, the value of x is 12 and 12 hours, and the value of y is your 50. So I will get the distance as 600 km, and hence it is your answer. I hope you are clear with this concept. Okay, this concept is clear to you. Sorry. So question number 2. See students, this is also the same question based on inverse variation. Okay, now the students of a class are made to stand in rows. In our class we arrange the students in rows now. So similar kind of question is this: the students of a class are made to stand in rows. If 3 students are extra in a row, there would be 1 row less. If 3 students are less in a row, there would be 2 rows more. Find number of students in a class. यहाँ समझने वाली ये बात है कि अगर आप number of rows को कम करते हो, तो एक रो में आने वाले बच्चे बढ़ जाएंगे, ओके क्योंकि नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं वो चेंज नहीं होने वाले, क्लास में जो टोटल नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो चेंज नहीं हो रहे. नाउ इट्स अप टू यू हाउ मेनी रोज यू मेक टू अरेंज दैम. ओके, इफ़ यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द नंबर ऑफ रोज, द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स in each row will get decreased, okay, and if you increase the number of students in each row, then number of total rows will be decreased, okay, but the product of these two, which will give you the total number of students, is gonna remain constant. okay students, बहुत कॉमन सी बात है, क्लास में हम कैसे काउंट करते हैं बच्चों को. अगर एक रो में 5 बच्चे बैठे हैं और मान लो ऐसी 10 रो हैं तो हम कह देते हैं ना 10 × 5 50 स्टूडेंट्स है टोटल, तो बस वैसी ही कुछ बात हो रही है. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ सपोज देयर आर x रोज एंड y स्टूडेंट्स in each row. I just assumed there are x rows and y students in each row. एक रो में जो नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो y है. So what will be the total number of students? Number of students in class. What will be the total number of students in class? It will be x into y. Okay. If I multiply number of rows with the number of students in each row, I will get total number of students. So number of students in class is xy. Now it is the similar question as we solved the previous one. Here we solved distance is equals to speed into time, where distance was constant, and here number of students in class is constant. If you increase the number of rows, the number of student in each row is gonna be decreased. Now if 3 students are extra in a row, okay, if 3 students are extra in a row, that means y plus 3. If you increase the number of students in each row, then there would be one row less, then x is reduced by 1, but the product is same, xy. Okay, now it's up to you, you will solve this. Okay, it was your case 1. okay, I am writing the equation of case 2 also. It's your work to solve these two equations. Now if 3 students are less in a row, that means y minus 3, then there would be 2 rows more. The number of rows is more than 2, okay, but the product is constant, which represents the number of total students. Okay, so it was your second question. It's up to you to solve this. Let us begin with the question number 3. See, this is very important concept because this question is based on time and work. See carefully what the question says. Okay, 8 children and 12 men complete a certain piece of work in 9 days. 8 बच्चे और 12 आदमी लोग अगर मिलकर काम करते हैं तो एक काम को वो 9 डेज में कंप्लीट कर देते हैं, 9 दिन में उस काम को कंप्लीट कर देते हैं. अच्छा, अगर 4 चिल्ड्रन एंड 7 मैन काम करें तो ये काम 16 डेज में कंप्लीट होता है. ओके, while 4 children and 7 men can finish it in 16 days. Now find the time taken by a child alone and that by one man alone to finish the work. हमको निकालना है कि एक बच्चा अकेला या फिर एक व्यक्ति अकेला, एक आदमी अकेला इस वर्क को कितने टाइम में करेगा. ओके, वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द टाइम टेकन बाय इंडिविजुअल. ओके, इफ दे आर वर्किंग अलोन. सो this is actually a concept. First of all, we will understand the concept. Okay, the concept of one day work. See students, if a person is doing a work, okay, in x days, if a person is doing a complete work in x days, so suppose the total work is 1. Okay, the total work is 1, and if a person is taking x days to complete the work, what is the one day work? What fraction of this work it is he is completing in 1 day? It is 1 by x. Okay, so always remember, if a person completes work in x days, the 1 day work of his will be 1 by x. Okay, this 1 by x represents the fraction of work completed in a day. Okay, and I assumed the whole work as 1. Okay, so part of the work which is completed in day is 1 by x, and also it is known as work efficiency. एक दिन में कोई कितना काम कर रहा है, यही उसी को कहते हैं अपन वर्क एफिशिएंसी. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, सो क्वेश्चन इज सेइंग द 8 children and 12 men are completing a certain piece of a work in 9 days. मतलब अगर 8 बच्चे और 12 आदमी मिलके काम कर रहे हैं तो ये वर्क जो है वो 9 डेज में कंप्लीट हो जाता है. तो स्टूडेंट्स हम ऐसा कैसे करेंगे इस क्वेश्चन को, हमको जो निकालना है उसको पहले एज्यूम कर लेंगे. हमारे को क्या निकालना है, हमारे को निकालना है कि एक आदमी अकेला इस काम को कितने दिन में करता या फिर एक बच्चा अकेला इस काम को कितने दिनों में करता है. तो सपोज one man alone can finish the work in X days, and one child alone can finish the same work in Y days. I just assumed that one man can finish the work in X days and one child can finish the work in Y days. Now student, what will be the 1 day work of one man? Okay, so 1 day work of one man, it is gonna be what, 1 by X. Similarly 1 day वर्क ऑफ वन चाइल्ड, एक बच्चे का एक दिन का काम कितना हो जाएगा, 1 by Y. ओके, सो दे आर एक्चुअली वर्क एफिशिएंसी, द पार्ट ऑफ वर्क कंप्लीटेड इन अ डे. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, हाउ वी विल मेक द इक्वेशन, सी केयरफुली. 8 children and 12 men, if working together they are completing the work in 9 days. See, there are 8 children working and there are 12 men working. Okay, see students, 1 day work of a man is 1 by X. So what will be the 1 day work of 12 men? Because there are 12 men, na? The 12 men, na? So if there are 12 men, the total 1 day work is 12 times 1 upon X. Okay, so I can write like this, 12 by X. See very carefully. 1 by X represents 1 day work efficiency or 1 day work of one man. So if there are 12 men, the total 1 day work will be 12 by X. So what does it represent? Total 1 day work of 12 men. Now it is the work done per day by 12 men. If I add the total work done by 8 children in a day, so it will be, because there are 8 children, the total work completed in a day by 8 children will be 8 times 1 upon Y or 8 upon Y. So what does it represent? It represents work done by 12 men in a day, and it is work done by 8 children in a day. So the addition of this, the sum will represent the total work done in a day, Now as question says that work is completed in 9 days, when they are working together, the work is completed in 9 days. So what fraction of work is completing per day? It is 1 upon 9, because in 9 days the whole work is completed now. So 1 by 9 shows the fraction of the work completed in day. It will be your equation number 1. Again, understand it very carefully. This is 1 day work of whole work. Okay, because whole work is completing in 9 days. So what fraction is completing in a day? The fraction of work completing in a day is 1 upon 9. Okay, because I assumed the whole work as 1. So 1 upon 9 part is completing in a day, and here 12 men are doing this much work in a day, and here 8 children are doing this much work in a day. And if I adding these two, it will be equal to total work done in a day. Similarly, the second equation will be 7 men can finish it in 16 days and 4 children. Okay, again the question says if 4 children and 7 men do work, then they will finish it in 16 days. मतलब अगर 4 बच्चे और 7 लोग काम करते, 7 आदमी लोग काम करते, तो ये 16 days में कंप्लीट हो जाता. So what will be the equation now? 7 upon X, because 7 men are there while 8 children are there. So 4 upon Y. Now this time the work is completed in 16 days, so the fraction of work per day will be 1 upon 16. Okay, now you know how to solve these two equations, but the main thing is to making this equation, how to make this kind of equations. Okay, this is the concept time and work. Now students, you can solve these two equations. I think there is no problem at all. Let us solve this by elimination directly. Okay, see, if I multiply equation number 2 with 2, what I will get? Equation number 2 with 2, multiply equation number 2 with 2, I will get 7 to the 14 by x plus 4 to the 8 upon y, and it is 2 by 16. Okay, now if I subtract equation number 1 and equation number 3, equation number 1 minus equation number 3, also you can solve by the reducing them into linear. 1 upon x assume y, 1 upon y assume v. Okay, now here I am solving directly, so it is 12 upon x plus 8 upon y is equal to 1 upon 9, and the equation number 3 was 14 upon x plus 8 upon y is equals to 2 upon 16 is nothing but 1 upon 8. Okay, now if I subtract these two, see, they will get cancelled out. It will become 12 upon x minus 14 upon x, and this value become 1 upon 9 minus 1 upon 8. Now solving this, I will get 2 upon x minus 2 upon x, and it will become 72 is LCM, or I can write here 8 minus 9. Okay, now it is minus 2 upon x is equals to minus 1 upon 72, minus will get cancelled out, so the value of x is gonna be 72 to the 144, so 144 days. Okay, what was the x? X was the number of days a man is taking alone to complete the work. Okay, now x is 144 days. To calculate y, just put in any of these two. Putting x 144 in equation number 1, say, so it will become 12 upon 144 plus 8 upon y is equal to 1 upon 9, or it will be cancelled out with 12, so 8 upon y is equals to 1 upon 9 minus 1 by 12. Okay, what is the LCM? 36, so it will become 4 minus 3, or I can write 8 upon y is equals to 1 upon 36, so the value of y is gonna be 36 times 8, 288. So one children alone can finish the work in 288 days. So these are our answers. Okay, let us write the answer. One man can finish the work in 144 days, and one child can finish the work in what is the days? 288 days. 288 days. So hence we got the answers. Okay students, so it was the concept of time and work. Now the last question, question number 4th. See students, this is a very basic question of aptitude. Okay, but I have taken because you don't get confused in making the equations. Okay, see, A and B each have certain number of apples. There are two persons, A and B, and they have a certain number of apples. Okay, now suppose A have X apples and and B have Y apples. Now A says to B, if you give me your 20 apples, I will be twice as many as left with you. A बोलता है कि अगर तू मुझे 20 एप्पल देगा तो मेरे पास जो एप्पल हो जाएंगे वो 2 टाइम्स हो जाएंगे किसके, जितने की तेरे पास बचे हैं. ओके, तो इसको अपने को चेंज करना है इक्वेशन में. ओके, सॉल्यूशन नंबर 4. सी, सपोज initially A and B have X and Y apples respectively मैंने मान लिया स्टार्टिंग के अंदर respectively A के पास X एप्पल्स थे और B के पास Y एप्पल्स थे. Now according to question case 1, in case 1 what it is saying, A says to B if you give me your 20 apples. A कहता है कि अगर भाई तू मुझे तेरे 20 एप्पल देगा तो मुझे बताओ A के पास अब कितने एप्पल हो जाएंगे. अब A के पास हो जाएंगे X प्लस 20 एप्पल्स, क्योंकि X एप्पल्स तो उसके पास पहले से ही थे और 20 एप्पल्स कौन दे रहा है उसको, Y दे रहा है. ओके, सो if you give me your 20 apples I will be twice as many as left with you. So ये बोल रहा है if you give me your 20 apples, that means if I have X plus 20 apples then it will be equal to 2 times as many left with you. So what is the remaining apple with B now, because it had Y apples initially, the remaining apple will be Y minus 20. See, again I am explaining, this is the number of apples having A after getting 20 apples from Y. Okay, now जब B ने अपने 20 एप्पल्स A को दे दिए तो A के पास होगा X plus 20, तो B के पास 20 एप्पल्स कम हो गए ना, और B के पास एप्पल्स कितने थे, Y थे, तो अब कितने रह गए, Y minus 20. और क्वेश्चन यही कह रहा है Y minus 20 का डबल जो होगा वो A के पास एप्पल्स होंगे. क्लियर? सो सी अगेन रीड. A says to B if you give me your 20 apples I will be twice as many as left with you. So this is the apples left with B, and the twice of this will be equal to the apple with the number of apples A have. Okay, the number of apples A have. Now this is your equation number 1. You can simplify it. X plus 20 is equal to 2y minus 40, or you can write in this way, x minus 2y and 20 plus 40 is plus 60 is equals to 0. Say equation number 1. Now case 2. In case 2 what says, now B replies. What B replies? Listen carefully. If you give me 10, B कहता है भाई अगर तू तेरे 10 मुझे देगा then I will be thrice as many as left with you. Very simple. अब B कहता है कि अब A तू मुझे कितने एप्पल दे, 10 एप्पल्स दे. So what will be the number of apples B have now? Y plus 10, and it is gonna be equal to the 3 times of apples A left with. Okay, so 3 times of the apple A left with. Okay, because A had X apples initially, so the apples remaining will be X minus 10, and 3 times of this will be the apple now B have. Now the new equation will be y plus 10 is equal to 3x minus 30, or I can write in this way 3x minus y minus 40 is equals to 0. मैं सबको राइट हैंड साइड में शिफ्ट कर दिया, तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में ये मान के चलो 0 बच गया. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, so in this way I have got the two equations. Now simplifying this equation is not a big deal. Okay, see, should I multiply equation number 1 with 3? So multiply equation number 1 by 3. So what will be the new equation? 3x minus 6y plus 180 is equal to 0. Say equation number 3. Now if I subtract these two I will get the value of y, because x is gonna be eliminated. Equation number 2 minus equation number 3. See, it is 3x minus y minus 40 is equals to 0, and here it is 3x minus 6y plus 180 is equals to 0. If I subtract this, minus plus minus, okay, they will get cancelled out. 6y minus y is 5y, and if I add this it will become minus 220 is equals to 0. So the value of y comes out to be 5y is equals to 220, or the value of y will be 5 4 ja 20 and 5 8 ja 5 4 ja 20 and 5 4 ja 20. So the value of y is 44. If I put this value in any of these two equations, putting in equation 1, so I get the value of x minus 2 into 44 plus 60 is equals to 0. So x minus 88 plus 60 is equals to 0. So 60 minus 88, it is minus 28 is equals to 0. So the value of x is 28. That means A has 28 apples and B has 44 एप्पल्स इनिशियली. इनके पास, इसके पास 28 एप्पल थे और इसके पास 44 एप्पल्स थे. यू कैन चेक योर आंसर बाय जस्ट थिंकिंग इन दिस वे. इनिशियली इसके पास 28 थे, इसके पास 44 थे. हुआ क्या था, स्टार्टिंग में 20 एप्पल जो है वो इसने इसको दिए थे, बी ने ए को दिए थे. तो इसके पास कितने बचे, 44 में से आप 20 कम कर दो, कितने बचेंगे 24. सो जब 20 इसने इसको दे दिए तो इसके पास कितने हो गए 48. तो सी 24 का डबल हो रहा है 48. सो इस तरीके से ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व होते हैं. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, दीज 4 क्वेश्चंस आर कंप्लीटेड नाउ. Now here, because I didn't give you the homework in my last class, here I have written the homework for you. Okay, see, this is the homework. Not much questions, there are only 5 questions. Okay, see, I am explaining. You have to solve these questions on your own. Okay, see carefully. I think it is visible. Yes. See, the first question is, in covering a distance of 35 km, x takes 2 hours more than y, and if x doubles his speed, he would have taken 1.5 hours less than y. It's a similar kind of question I have solved in my previous class. Okay, so you have to solve this. Second question is, a man travelled 640 km partially by train and partially by bus. If he covers 400 km by train and rest by bus, it takes 8 hours. Similar kind of question I have solved in my last class only. Okay, so you have to complete this question also on your own. Okay, send me the solution on the WhatsApp number. Okay, you have now. See, third question is based on your speed, time and distance, upstream, downstream. Okay, boat and stream. So similar kind of question I took in my last lecture. Okay, the same kind of questions but the distinct values of numericals. Okay, now fourth question is, if the length of rectangle is increased by 2 meter and breadth is decreased by 2 meter, then its area is decreased by 10 meter square. Okay student, this question is based on the concept we studied today only, the inverse variation. Just make a note. If you increase the length and decrease the breadth, then it will affect the area, no? It will affect the area. So suppose initially the length of rectangle is x and the breadth is y, so the area is xy. Now if you are given the two conditions, for example here the conditions are like that: if you increase the length by 2 meters, so the new length is x plus 2, and decrease the breadth by 2 meters, so the new length is y minus 2. So the product will give you area, na? Then its area is decreased by 10 meter square. So students, the area is decreased by 10 meter square means what was the original area? X into y. Because if you assumed length as x and breadth as y, the original area is xy. Now area is decreased by 10 meter square, so you have to equate this with xy minus 10. Okay, now you are given one more equation, one more condition. If the length is decreased by 3 meter, if x minus 3 and breadth is increased by 3 meter, that means y plus 3, its area remains same, so the product will be equal to xy. So hence you got the two equations and you have to solve on your own. Okay, मैंने इसका पूरा आपको दे ही दिया, मतलब आंसर, तो बस आपको इसको कम्प्लीटली सॉल्व करना है. फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन देखिए, the largest of a triangle is equal to the sum of the other two angles. Here question based on the property of sum of interior angles of a triangle. Okay, difference between the other two angles is 150 degree. Find the angles of the triangle. It is very basic one, so you can solve it on your own. So students, in this way we have completed the word problems. Okay, now the next lecture is gonna be the last class of this chapter. Okay, because we have completed the chapter. Actually I have taken all questions that can be asked. Okay, and now in my last lecture I will take some miscellaneous questions. Okay, on each and every topic. Also, I will take some good questions from NTSC point of view. Okay, and then we will finish this chapter. So keep studying, enjoy, take care, bye bye.